Welcome to Aligned Soul Woo and the Do podcast. This is the business and manifestation podcast for entrepreneur women who don't talk about it, they be about it. I'm your host, Christine Michelle, and today I am sharing with you some of the biggest mistakes that I made that slowed down the creation of my, at this time of recording, multi six figure brand. And what I'm sharing with you today is going to help you not make the same mistakes that I made. Because when you don't do these things, you'll be able to grow faster, quicker, and without all of the drama. So let's go. The first thing that I did, one of my biggest mistakes that I made when I first started my online brand was giving my power away. I gave my power away to modalities like human design, and I forgot that my wisdom came from within me. So I'll tell you a story. When I have about 20 plus years of experience. I was a corporate executive. I've worked for the likes of Coca-Cola Company, Victoria's Secret, amongst some of the biggest companies in the world. And I worked in consulting with Deloitte back when it was Deloitte and Touche. And so I know business. I know what it takes to be super successful. And I always merged the woo, all of that spiritual goodness, embodiment, energetics with the actual like strategy and moving and taking action. It's something that I've been doing for years and years and years. Well, like someone that slipped in the shower and hit their head and forgot all the things. When I left the corporate world and began this business, this brand, I was looking outside of me and comparing myself to everyone else. Well, she's doing this. Well, this one is doing this. This one's super successful and she's doing that. And I stopped doing the things that I knew would work and that I knew would be successful. So, one of the things that I was doing was I had a podcast and I was recording daily episodes. It was giving me life. And I was told just to stop doing it because I was doing too much, doing the most. And because I was believing in, the coaching that I was received, I did. I stopped. And what it did was it stopped all of my momentum. I had no energy to go back to it. And you'll see that it went from, having episodes on a daily basis to maybe one episode where I was interviewing someone else. And then from there, nothing. And it really stopped me from sharing my voice and doing what I knew I was passionate for doing. Um, and it took me this much long, 3 years to come back to doing what I love, which is chatting and talking to a microphone and sitting here with your unique beverage, whatever you're drinking. Send me a picture of you drinking your beverage and listening to this podcast. Um, it stopped me from connecting with you, my audience, my community. So, the first one, do not give your power away. Don't give it away to modalities, whether human design says you're a projector or a manifester or a generator, and you're supposed to, look outside of you for clues, or you're supposed to act like this and sleep and do all those things. Don't give it away to that. Listen to your own heart, listen to your body, because your body is telling you exactly what you get to do. It is giving you all of the guidance that you need. Your heart, your soul, your spirit is telling you exactly what you need. You are God, God within you and all around you. And that energy of the divine, of all that is within you. I love to say your inner God voice is leading you and guiding you in every step of the way. And when you allow other people's voices to get louder than your own, your inner God voice, then you will definitely go into a direction that's probably not the most empowering direction. You can always come back. Look at me. I still created a successful business once I got back to what I knew. I still created, had fun. And so it won't stop you, but it could be so much easier. All right, number two, another thing that I did was I was waiting to be ready. And here's the thing, I never waited for anything in my life. I was always a go getter. I was always the one that was like, Mom, when I was 6 years old, I was like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to be here and I'm going to be valedictorian and I'm going to move to New York City and I'm going to do all those things. And I did all those things because I wasn't waiting for the perfect time or the perfect opportunity to do it. You'll never be ready. Your desire that's in your heart is evidence that you are fully capable now. So, all you need to do is start taking the steps towards whatever you desire. Don't worry about being ready because you'll never know you're ready. You'll never be like, yeah, I'm ready to go. No, you'll always think there's something else to learn, something else to do, something else, whatever. That's human, right? Because it's trying to keep you safe. Your mind is keeping you safe. Being an entrepreneur, you voluntarily signed up as tribute to risk. And because you decided to intentionally take the more difficult route, a more individual route, a route where you're going to be leading, going first, doing things that no one else around you most likely is doing, then you are signing up for never being ready. I always say quantum leaps are in the unknown and the unexpected. If you knew it, then you're in your brain and your head anyway. The only thing you get to remember is if I have this desire, I'm fully capable right now. You are capable now. All right, the third thing that I did, and I talked about this a little bit in number one, was not planning. So when I started to work with this other coach, they were saying that planning and strategy was too masculine. And so I stopped because I thought that that was taking me away from my feminine energy and it was going to make me not successful. And so what I would do is throw spaghetti at the wall. And it made my life freaking chaotic and as disorganized as it sounds. I forgot that I was running a damn company. I forgot that being planning and strategic was not only going to help me, it was going to help unleash my feminine in a way that felt safe and felt free to be as creative and as wild as it got to be. And so when I came back to what I knew, which was putting on my CEO panties, deciding that I was running a company and not in this for the long haul, not here for temporary month to month and looking for temporary wins and all of that. No, I was here for the long haul. And so when I decided that, I came back to the knowing that strategy and being strategic was only going to support me. I started planning and I started putting myself in a position to succeed. Number four, I was not being me. By not being me, I was adjusting and trying to be like everyone else, not realizing that the more I'm me, the more money I make. You are unique. And by unique, I mean that you are an essence that your soul fractal, the people that are going to work for you, your audience is only going to be looking for you. They're really only going to be hearing things from the energy from which you speak it. And so when you remember that the more I'm me, the more my ideal audience, the more people that are looking to work with someone like me is going to find me, then you can stop watering yourself down, stop becoming a carbon copy of everyone else, and you find people who are going to, like coaches, mentors, masterminds, that are going to support you in becoming more you. That's why I created the Be Collective, because I was always looking for a space where women who were spiritual, who also wanted to do, move, do the things, defy the odds, and do more than just vision board and affirmations to create $1 million brands and $1 million businesses across all industries. I wanted to create that place where that person could come and be fully themselves. The more that you can show up fully as yourself, the easier you're going to be found in the midst of everything that's going on. So I want you to remember this. The more you're you, the more you allow yourself to move as ideas come, as they flow from within you, and as that inner God voice speaking to you is telling you to move this, do this, the more you allow yourself to do that, the easier it is going to be for you to create this wildly successful, huge brand that you've been desiring to have. So remember these 4 things. Remember that you're here to defy the odds. And don't forget to vote for the things that you want to hear more of during this podcast. Send me an email if you have questions or if you have a topic that you'd like for me to discuss, and I'll include the email in the show notes. Subscribe to this podcast because I'm going to be dropping podcasts. It's not going to be on a every week basis. In fact, you're probably going to get multiple podcasts during the week, especially as I am, inspired. So subscribe so that you get notification when there is a new episode, and give this a 5-star rating, because when you rate this podcast and you give it 5 stars and talk about the things that you love, guess what? More people get to see it, and I get to share these messages with more people. So thank you for listening today. Remember that this is all about you. Stop talking about it. Just be about it and decide that you are her. You are the one right now. Hugs, kisses, all the feels. Bye.